go ahead and see what Render is doing here. Render USD. Um, I don't think I've looked at Render recently here, but yeah, the last bit of chart work I did here with Render was I was doing a Fibonacci extension tool here, which didn't really come into play because we're now in a downtrend. So let me just go ahead and get rid of that for now. Let me get rid of these things here too. All right, yeah. All right, don't we need that? All right, so yeah, I like using moving averages here, guys, to give me an idea, so like where the prices might go and where they might bounce off of. So I have the 50-day moving average here at that's that green line right there, and then I have the 100-day moving average, which is the yellow line, and the 200-day moving average, which is the red line. That's just something that a lot of traders and investors use to get an idea as to like where prices might find their support at when they have a really bad day, week, or month, like we had with crypto just now. So what I'm seeing on the charts here, thigh bucket, is for Render. Looks like we got supported at the 100-day moving average. Okay. And that 100-day moving average is sitting at about like $7.10, $7.20. So that is a good area to be buying Render at. Looks like we had that earlier this weekend. Let me just zoom in on the chart here. For Render, Render on Saturday got as low as $6.32 on Coinbase. And we ended up closing out at like $7.51. So we shot through that 100-day moving average, but we were able to close above it. So that's good for those who are trying to build some support on Render. You can also see that we had some sideways trading action here. Okay, back in end of February going into beginning of March, and we were trading at about $7.20, $7.30. So if you see Render get down to like $7.20 or $7.30, I would be a buyer. I would be buying and going long on Render. If you're a little bit impatient and you just want to get a little bit exposure to Render, I say, okay, Render at $8.30, not too bad. Okay, that's what it's currently trading at. Just be prepared that we might come back down to like the $7.30 level for Render. And if we do, then you could, basically back the truck up a little bit and get you some more Render at, probably $1 cheaper than what it is right now. Okay. But if you were to start building a position on Render, near the $7.30, $8.30 level, I would put a stop loss here, probably right where that low was back on Saturday. I would put a stop loss at $6 and what is it? Let me get there. $6.32. Okay. So yeah, I'll be buying Render anywhere between $7 to $8 here, with a stop loss at like $6.30. Because if we go lower than that, if we're not able to maintain the $6.30 level there, then I could see Render going down to where it was trading at back in like December at like $4.80, $4.70 here. So that would be pretty brutal if you bought it at $8 right now and it went down to like $4. You'd be taking a 50% loss, a 50% haircut, which is not a fun thing to be doing. But if it does go down to like $4 or $5, that would be where this red line is, the 200-day moving average. So yeah, Render could get some support at like $5 or $4.80, because that's currently where the 200-day moving average is right now. So yeah, I would be buying Render at, just because we had this significant drop as we did with all these other cryptocurrencies. I'd be a buyer of Render at $8 and also be buying with some more of it at $7, with the knowledge that it could go down to $5 or $6, and then I would be buying more of it if I was a long-term investor at that level. But I don't think render would go any lower than $5, because if it did, then I mean, we are in deep, deep shit if we go down lower than that. But yeah, I would be a buyer here because, you know, if render does go back up in price, you know, just looking at the bullish momentum here, if we continue and this is just another dip in a bull run, we could see render get back up to like $10 or $11, which is what it was trading at towards most of March. And then, you know, it got as high as like what, $13.60. So you could not double, but you would make a nice size profit on render if you could buy it now and it gets back up to like $12 or $13. Yeah, those are some good. I know I like to think of like this week as like we just got a sale, guys. It just everything went on sale, you know, like a Black Friday, or in this case a Black Saturday sale. And the sale prices are still here. You can still get some good cheap cryptocurrencies. Yeah,